Brian Nico of Reyna, founder of Reyna Clothier here in Austin, Texas, and would like to explain the Reyna Clothier experience or our process here when we meet with our clients. So first off, once you book an appointment with us here, we can either go to your office or to your home, and the first step is really just having a chat. Learning more about you. What do you do for work? What do you do outside of work? What do you do at work as far as what your garments should be that you have? And from there, I'll get an idea essentially what it is to recommend to you as far as your garment wearing, whether you wear it socially, whether you have a night out in the town with your significant other. We learn a little bit more about your lifestyle. From there, I can really give a good recommendation on what you should add or replace to your wardrobe. And then after that, once we get an idea of the quantity and the style of garment or the type of garment, whether it's a dress shirt or untucked shirt, casual shirt, or a blazer or a sport coat, even a two-piece suit, any of those we will discuss as far as the fabrics. So we have over 800 types of fabrics for shirts and your suits. So here are many of just a small option of your different styles of fabrics for the shirts. So many different styles, whether checks, solid, different subtle patterns of whites and blues. And then you have your sport jackets, your coats, or your two-piece or three-piece suit. So we have many options here to choose from. All of my fabrics are 120 super 120s and above. So basically what that means is a very light but high quality at the same time type of fabric. From there, we will, once we figure out the actual fabric that you have, we will do your measurements, and typically takes a couple minutes there. It's 15 measurements, at least 15 measurements. I may take a little bit more to get more detailed, but we do that from head to toe to get as great as fit as possible for your ultimate and final garment. And then from there, we do your customization. So we can do from any style of buttons, whether it's a shirt or a sport coat or a two-piece or three-piece suit. This is really where our clients come alive and really get excited, because this is your main garment that you get to choose. Think of like a blank canvas, if you will, and it can be as at least 8 options of shirts or your sport jacket or your two-piece or three-piece suit that you have, from the lapel style to different color of the threads, from the sleeves if you have different color sleeves. All of our sport coats and suits do have functional buttons for your sleeves. Any style essentially is obviously with the buttons, and then the felt inside the jacket essentially, and then you have your monograms, your different types of linings. So we have over 400 styles of linings, so a lot of options to choose from as far as the inner lining. So it's really fun at this point. And then once we figure out that part, we will collect payment at that point, and that concludes the first meeting. And about 2.5 to 3 weeks later, we'll meet again, and we'll bring what we call a based fitting, or our first fitting. So what that is a final functional garment, but it's made out of throwaway fabric, because that's not the true final garment. That's really just for fitting purposes. So what that means is they'll figure out, okay, if we need to make any tweaks, any adjustments, if it's, God forbid, if it's too tight or too loose, too long, too short, the pants, we figure everything out at that point. So it's really what we call a skeleton or based fitting. And then from there, we will take those corrected measurements or those adjusted measurements, and we will send them off again, and we'll meet again about 3 weeks later, 2.5 to 3 weeks later, so it'll be the third meeting, but it'll be the second fitting that we'll have, and it will be your final garment that we taken from that throwaway fabric suit that we have made for you before. And then from there, we typically part ways at that point. It is normally our final fitting, because it fits pretty good at that point. If there's any tweaks or minor details that we would have, our local tailor here will take care of that. But at that point is really what we call the Reyna Clothier experience. And to be honest with you, it's really the beginning of our relationship. My main thing is to be a lifestyle clothier for you. So not just suits, but want you to come to us for any type of advice. Hey, I have a business meeting going on, or I have a date going on. What should I wear? What should I be looking at it to be presentable? So that is what we're here for overall. And again, that's the overall Reyna Clothier experience. And then from there, our prices are pretty simple. Our dress shirts, whether it's a casual or dress shirt, they're at $119. Our sport coat or a sport jacket or a blazer are $399. And our two-piece suit is $699, and that's all customizable. If you have any questions, or if you'd like to book an appointment with me, feel free to look on the description box for my contact information, or I'm sure it's on the screen here that I could put here, and I'm looking forward to meeting you. So thank you very much.